the battlefield of Bunker Hill, a famous battle that took place here. I'm going to share this site with you while I'm here doing a live video, beginning with some of the steps that are right here. This is the United States Gate. On this hill, the Continental Militia fought heroically on June 17th, 1775, protected by an earth and timber redoubt laid out by Colonel Richard Gridley, the Army First Chief Engineer. The Americans killed or wounded nearly half of the attacking British force. The defenders ran out of gunpowder on the third assault and withdrew. Very costly for the British troops. Took place here in 1775. You can see the obelisk here, the memorial. There are stairs where you can walk all the way to the top. There's 250 or so, some stairs. Reminds me a lot of the, not only Washington Monument, but the memorial there at Jefferson Davis's birthplace there in Kentucky. So just do a quick run through right here. Share with you some of these markers. So here is the battlefield of Bunker Hill. I'm so glad they preserved at least this square area right through here. Benjamin Franklin said, "You are now my enemy and I am yours." The British Army was a powerful professional force. Their leaders were career officers. Enlisted men volunteered from all walks of life. Service promised a career with regular pay and a military pension. Enlistment, however, meant a lifetime of service. Soldiers endured years of monotony, strict discipline, and the risk of warfare. The redoubt here at Bunker Hill. Only some of the colonists over age 30 had combat experience. Colonel Stark and Prescott fought during the 7 Years' War, impacting their leadership skills during this battle. The colonists lost this hill but surprised the British commanders with their bravery and orderly retreat. Yet the battle unified the 13 colonies in their desire to break away from the crown. Nothing could be more shocking than the carnage that followed the storming of this work. We tumbled over the dead to get all at the living, somebody from the British Army said. I wish we could sell them another hill at the same price, said Nathaniel Greene. There's a statue right here. So this is, of course, in Boston, Massachusetts, Bunker Hill. You can see the Boston skyline off in the distance. The harbor's right down there. The USS Constitution, the old Ironsides is right down there. Just fascinating architecture. But I really don't care to drive around here any more than I have to. Roads are pretty congested, windy, challenging, difficult to navigate through a lot of these areas through here. Right here is a statue of Colonel William Prescott. It says June 17th, 1775. I'm not going to walk up all the way to the top of this right now, but you can see there is a place to view. I'm sure the view is very good from up there. It's very tempting. I don't have that much time. But I am tempting to go to the top of that. It says the decisive day has come on which the fate of America depends. This high ground on Breed's Hill bound the American colonies to the cause of independence. An open field once located here commanded this entire area. On the night of June 16, 1775, 2 months after the fighting at Lexington and Concord, 1,200 colonial militiamen quickly built a small earthen fort. As dawn broke on June 17th, the fort stood in clear view of the British Army in Boston. British cannon from ship and land opened fire. Some 2,200 British soldiers crossed the Charles River and assaulted the hill. After several bloody attacks, the British troops overran the colonists. The British forces won this ground, but it cost nearly half their men. It's amazing. Of course, it's about 1,200 militiamen, colonists here, versus about 2,200 British soldiers. Respectively, I spend most of my time taking photos and videos and visiting historic sites south of the Mason-Dixon line across Dixie. And it puts in perspective just how large and bloody that war was. Because it was about over 3,000 totally engaged right here. That's a pretty small battle, almost a little skirmish in the Civil War, or War Between the States, War for Southern Independence kind of terms. I'm glad they preserved this spot. Of course, the battlefield extended beyond these buildings right here, but they at least preserved this spot through here. And they have a few markers here of where some of the redoubts were. For example, this one right here, southeast corner of the redoubts, thrown up on the night of the 16th of June, 1775. Just going over here. Now there isn't, you can walk in this building here, and that's the entrance to go walk to the top here. This is the Boston National Historic Park at the Bunker Hill Monument. Don't fire till you see the whites of their eyes. Speaks about this right here, the column. This right here speaks of Breed's Hill, site of the Battle of Bunker Hill, fought on June 17, 1775. Although orders were issued by the Committee of Safety to seize and fortify Bunker Hill, the colonial officers, after consultation, fortified this hill on June 16, 1775. Bunker Hill, designated as a registered landmark back in 1962. I'm going to go walk inside just briefly. They told me, the rangers said they do not want to be filmed, so I'll put my camera down just briefly.
I've known Brian was audience of the Ranger School for Pensacola. And then when they passed, they went back to Ireland and then set up. Are you going to come then?
Here's the entry to the Large Memorial. I'm gonna wait until folks come out here. This is an exact model of the first monument erected on Bunker Hill, which with the land on which it stood was given AD 1825. King Solomon's Lodge. This says AD 1845. And of course, I'm not going to go up this right now. I don't have time to. So once again, it's just on the outside. Have a good one. Take care. Had to get one more video out there. Oh yeah, I think you want that flat too. All right, take care. All right, making the rounds through here. Once again, here on Bunker Hill. I'm going to go down to see if I have enough time for the USS Constitution. You can see this is pretty well lit up at night. I'm glad to be able to finally see this place. It's been on my to-do list for a long time. I'm going to head back down here where I started this video. So once again, this is just right here at the Battle of Bunker Hill. A little bit of a tour of the grounds. There's maybe a few other markers, but I think I saw most of them from what I can tell from right here. So for example, I'm just kind of curious what's down here. I think that's another marker over here. The monument erected in 1794, intended to stand where Warren fell, was opposite on Concord Street. So apparently it was over there. But I'm not sure if that's Monument Square. Wish I knew where that memorial was, this monument right here. Huh. Yeah, I see one other memorial down here. Let's go see what this is. It is February. I'm not really dressed. I don't have a coat on. It's a little cold. Wasn't really thinking about it until now. Here's the other side. Here's another memorial monument. Let's see what this one says. The rail fence and grass line of protection formed after the British troops landed was 600 feet in the rear at the base of Bunker Hill. Okay. This is so typical Boston. Once again, I like to share videos mostly from sites across Dixie, but you like to see these sites as well. These historical sites. Really appreciate the patriots, the American colonial patriots. They've done. So just finishing up right now, here where I started. So take care, y'all. From Bunker Hill, Boston, Massachusetts.